What is that sound? Let me save. Mijn theory is de mouse, the rats, are the true enemy. See, he's here, calmly, walking around, close to these mutants. Yep, they are the true enemy. What is this sound? Who is singing? Every time I enter. Can I turn on the radio? No, it's forbidden. Where is the stairs up? I'm clicking for running, it takes by 3 or 5 seconds. Start. What? 3327? Is there a safe somewhere? The safe? What? 327. Congratulations card. Spears. Ooh, red is sentiment what I'm looking for. This one. I was looking for a red card. Gives more damage. What? What is that? 337? What code? 327, okay. 3327.
That didn't work.
Nah, I'm gonna waste my time. I don't have hacking, so let me see what happened in the whole part. Why? I need to go back here. Oh, hello. You killed me 3 times when I was here. Yes, you.
Look out!
My revenge. Yes, you killed me. Several times.
Do you have a problem with reaver attacks?
Of course. There are reavers out here, so they hit us. Last time they came at us during the night. If I hadn't upped the guard roster, we'd be dead. They've been scouting us for another attack. They know how low on troops we are. But maybe we have a surprise for them. In you. If you'll help us.
Of course I help.
Yes. I'll help you fight the Reavers.
Good. Not a moment too soon. They're coming for us. Quickly.
Already?
We need to defend the northern entrance. I'll take the southern. Now, go!
What is the north entrance? North entrance.
Asshole!
More? I kill all them, right? All dead?
These damn Reavers. Of all the places they could raid, they have to hit us. We've barely enough supplies to get by, so I don't know what they expect to get from us. I can't see the leader of the Reavers amongst the dead. If I secure the camp, can you find that bastard? Kill him, or bring him back a prisoner. Just stop the attacks on us.
Where are the Reavers hiding out?
Somewhere to the east of here. Cross the river and look
East.
around there. I bet they haven't covered their tracks too well.
Okay. East. Too far away? No, very close, okay. Hello. Want to attack me? Is one enemy. Where? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Run, dude. Why it takes so time to run?
Let's do this.
Ooh. Hello? There's two. One for each other. Amazing. Come here. Wait a second. Hello.
Let's do this.
Continue hunting for the rivers. Oh, okay, I see the rivers. Oh, I was here sometime back.
I'll get you!
There's one more. What you did? He exploded himself. Now I'm gonna go back to Old Heart to tell them everything is safe. We're at the boss. Are you the boss? Yes.
The Reaver leader won't cause you any more trouble.
Good. Good. Finally some good news. Here, take this. I hope it makes up for your part in this mess. If you need it, you can tell Warlord Ragnar that you have my support.
Okay, cool. Cool. Let me go to the leader. My leader, where are you? Here you are. Teleport.
The people who built this must have believed their civilization would last forever. We must learn if we are to avoid suffering the same fate as them.
Nah, everything ends. Everything ends.
I met Thorold. He wasn't exactly communicative.
You met him? Well, then you are truly honored. He might not be a man of many words, but that is because he is focused on his task. If he didn't wish to talk, it is because of the work he is undertaking. You must judge the man by his achievements. When he has completed his retreat, I am certain you will understand what our world owes him.
I want to talk about my promotion. Reavers attacked Thorgal's post.
Where are the Reavers now? Did Thorgal deal with them?
Their leader is dead. They shouldn't trouble you any longer.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear. A rabid dog won't listen to reason. It needs to be put out of its misery.
This one is done. What level I am?
You shouldn't rely on machines.
I need lot of levels. God damn it. Can I get one more combat? Need constitution. One more level of this one. I really want to know what defense I have. But no, I cannot see that. I want to see. No, I cannot. Forbidden. Oh damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need 4. Can I make more 3 potions? Let me see. Is someone close by? Potions. I need how many? 2. Need 2 small. For each, don't need 6. I need 6 of this one. Can I make 6? Yes. I don't know if I have enough. Oh damn it. Very close. Where are you? It's not you that I want. Strong illustrating. This one. That one's survival. Survival. Radiation, poison, and fire. Radiation, poison, fire. Okay. Survival. Ooh, what trainer was? Ah, this one. That one. Survival.
I left here a long time ago. Conversation, politics, they're just distractions.
Yeah. So why you are bugging me with that? Teach me something.
Yes.
On radiation, poison, and fire of course. Fire. Okay.
And you're using that here because?
Because I want to. Atessa. No. Promotion. I used to go to the Mr. More missions. Yeah, I didn't do years. Oh, this one.
I know where Ray is.
Yeah? Come on then, spit it out.
What will you do when you find him?
Ah, so you have found him. Well, if you found him, that means I can. So forget it. Deal's off. I'll track him down myself. I'm watching you.
Not understand what happened.
Keep your pockets closed and your eyes open. Unless you want to end up shardless and dead at the hands of those damn outlaws.
Then why are we still working with that piece of crap?
Ask the technicians.
Parts, repairs.
Vivian.
Ah, Berserker. Strict on the laws of Goliath, are you?
What do you know about the laws of the Berserkers?
No standing in corners on Tuesdays, no technology on Thursdays, don't be rude to plants any day. I know the laws. You see, I grew up in Goliath. In fact, I've tried all the factions except the Elves.
How did you end up with the clerics?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell you, of course.
I'd be happy to hear her story. Maybe there are lessons in it for us.
Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Right, I'll give you the full version. Well, the short version of the full version.
Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. So, I grew up in Goliath in Edan. My father and mother were both born berserkers, and so that meant I was too. Back then, Bajar ruled over Goliath. As a child, I had no interest in the laws, of course. But when I was about 12 years old, one of the warlords came to our home. He took my parents, and I was left on my own to survive in the city. I remember him. I remember my parents leaving. And I remember me screaming. But everything else is gone. It's just a blur.
What happened to your parents?
Well, what else? They were exiled. Nobody ever told me why they were exiled. I still don't know what they did, even today. I hate the Berserker laws. Nothing against the Berserkers. They're just people. It's the laws I hate. I think what the Berserkers want to do with Magalan is right. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my parents. Why was I punished for whatever my parents did? Why wasn't I told what had happened? I swore never to return, and I haven't set foot in Idan again.
Where did you go?
Wherever I needed to survive. That meant running from reavers and wild animals. It didn't take long for some reavers to take me captive. And then... I don't want to talk about that. I was lucky, though. After several years, the reavers were attacked by some of the Duke's outlaws, and they took me back to Tavar. I learned how to fight, how to live off scrap. Life wasn't much different from Idan, but there wasn't the same raptor shit. The laws. You could be who you were, and no one judged you.
Then why didn't you remain with the outlaws?
Because the reavers who'd taken me captive came to the fort and wanted to speak to the Duke. I think they wanted to take me back. I fled when they saw me. I didn't want to be taken back, or for them to kill me to hide their crime. When I left the fort, I ran into a cleric patrol. They convinced me to go to the Hort with them. Not that I really needed that much convincing. All those hours taking scrap apart and putting it back together in Tavar really paid off there. The clerics recognized that I was good with technology. So, I've been working on mechs and AI systems since then. Building things. Trusted. Part of a team. And it's easier being with mechs. They don't judge anyone. They treat everyone the same. Like this place. I know it's not perfect. But outlaws, berserkers, clerics, even elves are seen as people. At least that's the vision. Not always the way it happens. That's another reason to maintain these mechs. To protect what we have here. Well, I hope you find your place in the world. It's good when you do.
What are you doing here in Abessa?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. When I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance, which I'm having to do quite a lot with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
Yes. Oh god.
I know the basics.
Unfortunately, that wouldn't be enough, I'm afraid. We don't really have time to train people on the job. Not if they're not going to stay here for good, and you don't look the type for that. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help. I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities. Would that be something you could do for me? I'd pay you.
Yeah, I'll talk to your candidates.
Great. The 4 names I have are Daryl, Naira, Rorik, and Riley. Though I'm really not sure about Riley. There's something about him I don't trust. But speak to each of them and let me know whether you think they might have the right skills and abilities for the job.
Oh,
and
mission.
I'll need you to let me know about their loyalties. You know, can they work with clerics? Do they hate us? We'd be trusting them with the mechs and AI that defend the Dome City. So I don't want to employ anyone who might still be thinking about their faction, not our security.
Okay. Let me bank and see.
Well, it's hard to get parts out here.
What's going on in here?
Shards, and it makes it worthwhile.
That guy wouldn't know his ass if a troll ripped it off and showed it to him.
Is that so?
This dude, the most time is here, preparing, and who's the stuff is gone.
turns my blood cold.
It's in front of me? A berserker?
I call that dangerous half-knowledge.
You. It was you, wasn't it? You made sure York testified. I knew it. Never trust a fucking Alb. It'll be your damned fault if we all die here. Why don't you just go fuck yourself? You've already fucked us.
He's been chewing on that thing for days.
Hey, you're new here in the city, right?
Yes, I've just arrived.
I thought so. I saw you come through the gate, you see? Anyway, I want to ask you something, if that's alright. Have you been to Edan recently? To the Berserkers' city of Goliath, to be exact. A good friend of mine is still there.
Who's your friend?
His name is Kral.
Kral?
He's a guard at the Mana Shrine. At least, he was when I left.
Oh, dude is
He
dead.
thought he still had a chance to save his brother, Grimar, from the Alb Converter. Do you know what happened to him?
Kral is dead.
No. Shit. Maybe if I'd stayed... You know, I was even planning how I could get to Goliath to see if I could get him out of there. I had this feeling something bad would happen to him. First his brother and then him. A curse on all of Edan. And thanks anyways.